Welcome to The Stacks, a podcast about books and the people who read them. I'm your host, Tracy Thomas, and we made it to 2022. I am so excited for all the fun we're going to have this year. You know, they say how you ring in the new year is how you'll spend the rest of the year. And I'm not sure that I believe in that, but I was certainly scared enough by that threat to kick off the year with an incredibly wonderful, joyful, talented, and thought-provoking guest, Cree Myles. In addition to being a book influencer and my friend, Cree is the creative force behind Penguin Random House's Always Black, a social media account initiative that's all about uplifting Black literature. Today, we talk about Cree's favorite books, competitive energy, and so much more. It is a very good time. Our January book club pick is Passing by Nella Larson, and we will be discussing the book on Wednesday, January 26th with Cree Myles. If your New Year's resolutions involve supporting artists and creators you love, especially Black women, tracking your reading, connecting to more readers, or joining a book club, you should seriously join the Stacks Pack already. That is the Stacks community on Patreon that gives you inside access to the show, a monthly virtual book club, an incredibly detailed reading tracker, and it's the force behind the show. Without the Stacks Pack, I would not be able to make this show every single week. So if this sounds like you, head to patreon.com/thestacks. And really quick, I want to give a thank you and a shout out to our newest members of the Stacks Pack: Katie, Hannah Zive, Alexandra Navarro, Kayla Turner, Lucy Bernholtz, Evan Shagaya, Lori Shearer, and Nicolene Wilson. This is an independent podcast, which means without the support of listeners like everyone I just named and the rest of the Stacks Pack, there would be no The Stacks. So thank you all so much. Head to patreon.com/thestacks to join. Okay. Now it's time for our very first episode of the year with Cree Myles. Okay, everybody, it's our first episode of a brand new year. I had to bring in one of my favorite humans on the face of the earth. It is Cree Myles. Cree, welcome to the Stacks.
Tracy, I cannot believe that I'm here. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited. Let me give you, I guess, for people who don't know who you are, why don't you sort of tell folks a little bit about yourself? I didn't even give your work intro, so you should drop that in there too.
Okay. I'm a bookstagrammer. I'm a book influencer. I mean, I guess my claim to fame right now is that I run Always Black by, and it's a page that was created by Penguin Random House to celebrate and uplift Black literature. So I'm paid full time to get people to read Black literature, which is a privilege, and it's fun.
Yeah, it's sort of like the dream, I feel like.
Yeah, but it really when you are pushing so hard for something and then you get it, you have to kind of go back and remember that you were pushing, because then sometimes the dream feels like it's not a dream, but it's totally the dream.
Yeah, it's definitely the dream, but I get that. It's like you work really hard and then you're like, fuck, I'm here and they're annoying me about this little thing. And you have to remember that it's like a little thing in the grand scheme of the things that you wanted.
Or the jobs I used to do.
Well, right, because you used to be a community organizer, right?
Woo! Yeah, in the trenches with dynamics and nonprofits. Anybody who's worked in one, it's absolutely, it's so insane. Everybody needs therapy.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay, we're going to back up a little bit because I actually don't know a lot about your childhood life, and I'm very curious. So when did you get into reading? Have you always been into reading, or were you someone who came to it later in life? Was there someone in your family that inspired it, a teacher? Sort of how did you become a person that cared about books enough to dedicate your life to it?
So as a kindergartner, we were learning how to read. I did not want to learn how to read.
Okay.
And my parents were okay with that for some reason, especially my mom. My dad was irritated, but my mom was like, if you don't want to read, fine. But then she made me learn sign language. She was like, you're going to learn something. So I would come home and have to watch these sign language videos and would not participate in reading in kindergarten. I have no idea what that was about. And then in first grade, I had planned on continuing this trajectory. Okay. I was in the low reading group because I couldn't read because I had decided not to read. And then this girl, Emily, in first grade, getting all this attention from the teacher because she's reading at a fourth grade level. And I was like, oh, well then I'm going to learn how to read. So I she had some Babysitters Club books, and I was like, can I check out the Babysitters Club books? And the teacher was like, sis, you can't read. And I was like, just give me the books. And I pounded through reading levels that year, like pounded, so that I could get on Emily's reading level. So like within half the year I was in Emily's reading level, and everyone's like, everybody needs to learn how to read like Marie. And I would look at Emily like, yep, they do. Like, it was just, wait, I'm crazy.
So, but when you were in kindergarten and you were actively not learning how to read, were you secretly reading?
No, I wasn't. I was not reading.
Okay.
I was relishing the fact that like my parents were reading signs while we're driving. And I'm like, I have no idea what that means. And it feels peaceful. And it was, to be honest. Ignorance is bliss.
I am obsessed with this. Okay. So then you were like, Emily, sorry, but I'm the queen of reading now.
Yes. Yes. And I still love Babysitter's Club to this day because of
I have Emily. A babysitter's tote bag that I got.
The branding is fire. The books were wonderful. And I mean, thank you, Emily. I was just being a competitive dick, but you actually did introduce me to literature and I fell in love, for real.
And you are a competitive person, right? I feel like that's why we like each other.
Yeah. It is. It is. There are so many things that have driven me to this point in my career because of competition that I can't even tell you while we're recording. Like it's crazy stuff. So I am.
I mean, the whole reason this podcast still exists is because I'm competitive and I'm a psychopath. Like, I really think that if I wasn't a competitive, crazy person, I would have stopped making the show probably within the first year.
A while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
But now I'm like, well, let me see what I can do.
We're in it now that you guys have challenged me.
Now that we're here, I might as well just, like, every time, like, you run. I used to run, and I used to do this thing called hunting, where I used to run in New York City. And what I would do is I would pick someone I could see, like, kind of far ahead of me running, and I would keep running until I passed them. And so, like, I would, like, hunt people. And when I ran my half marathon and my marathon, that's what I would do. Like, when I would get tired, I'd pick someone like far ahead and I would hunt them. And that's what I did with podcasting too. Yeah.
That's because life is just a long distance run.
Yeah. I'm the kind of person, I need someone else to motivate me. Not to be like, you can do it, but I need someone else to be in front of me so that I can pass them, because that is what motivates me.
Yep. I cannot, and I did not know this term hunting.
I made it up, I think. I love it.
We can apply that to a lot of things. I'm here for it.
And every time, this is so mean, but every time like another book podcast or like book influencer person like quits, I'm like, yes, I passed them. Like, I think about it like hunting.
Yes. Hey, that's oh my God. Look, relatable.
I know. I think also part of it, I'm embarrassed to talk about it because I feel like in the publishing world, because it's so cutthroat in a lot of ways, it's like inappropriate to contribute to that. However, that's just how I am motivated. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't publicly like name people I'm hunting. Like, I never would say anything like that. And I have my own personal people that I'm like in my
that
mind
are written
up
down
against
over here. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I don't write them down because I am scared of a paper trail because I've read too many Nazi books.
Okay. I'm just like, if they find it after I'm dead, that is like wonderful fodder. It's like the Octavia Butler papers. That's true. Like, you guys want to know how I really work? This is the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Are you a big journaler?
Oh my God. Yes. I have I just looked at 5 full journals. So I write everything down, and things have had to slow down a little bit because 2-year-old. And I saw that when my oldest was 2, I saw huge gaps. But once they hit about 4, I can go back to I keep track of everything emotionally.
Wow. I don't journal. I've never journaled. I can never get into it. I just can't make it happen.
I have so many feelings, Tracy, about every my mom just left from breakfast and I need to write about it. Because what was even happening? And I have so many feelings. This is all the time. All the time. There has to be Pisces or something in my chart because I am so emotive.
I just don't. I write down to-do lists every single day, which is sort of a form of journaling. It captures like everything that is on my agenda. So you can like kind of
But
get a
those
sense
aren't
of where
your
I'm at, but I don't write down my
feelings.
feelings.
Yeah. What? Those aren't your
I
feelings at
don't I
all.
don't feel. I don't feel. I am. I don't feel I
I
am.
be. Oh my God. No, I feel that. I think that's my inner, like that's my inner world, but my outer world is very much the hunter. So I feel you.
Yeah. I wish I could journal.
You should just try. Yeah, you read Becoming. Just kind of do what Michelle did. Like she just, because she doesn't really feel like a journaler. She was just trying it, and I mean, it worked for a little bit.
I just I don't want another chore, to be honest.
Hey, no, if it's about to feel like a chore, don't do it. I feel you. Don't.
We'll see. Okay, this isn't about my journaling, but thank you for encouraging me. It's the new year, so I feel like this is an appropriate New Year's conversation.
Yes, it's a perfect resolution. Yes.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, I want to know about what's a thing that you've discovered from working sort of in publishing but not in publishing where you feel like people think it's one thing but it's really like something different.
Well, one thing that I've definitely had an uptick in is people asking me how to get published. And
Hmm.
I have no idea how you would get. I work with the marketing teams. The people I work closest with is the creative team. Like shout out to Carly, she's the creative director. Like that's who I work with. And then I work with the social team. So I am not in conversation or community with editors often at all. And so y'all, I don't know how to do that. Like I have no idea.
Okay. Good. People, leave her alone is what she's trying to say. Give her a break.
I don't know. Cold email Chris Jackson. Good luck.
Okay. Yeah. It's Chris Jackson at penguinrandomhouse.com. Actually, that's not what it is. I think I know what it is, but close enough.
But yeah, not me. It's not me. I don't know.
Okay. So what about being Black working in publishing? Because we all know, hashtag publishing so white. And especially because you don't actually you're on a contract. You're like you're a consultant essentially, or like a contracted employee. So what's it like sort of being this outsider, being a Black woman, working in publishing, and you're creating your own thing and you're sort of like your own vision. How have you found that experience?
So the hashtag, I have said this to my husband so many times because it's so true. Like the hashtag is like publishing so white. Oh my God, it's so white. Like I can't even, and that is sobering for me because I went to a predominantly white high school, and then I went to the University of Kentucky, which is also a PWI, but the school is so large that you just find the pocket of Black and you have to suffer through classes, but other than that, all of my social interactions were with Black people. And I hadn't worked in a predominantly white environment since like almost 10 years ago. So that was low key, like it's low key kind of culture shocky, but also that's 10 years of like self-awareness and self-development. So it doesn't hit the same. And like you kind of already know what to expect and you feel fine. A lot of times, like I can say one of my challenges that I'm trying to figure out like how to keep my brain going is with a lot of these bigger projects that I'm trying to execute, I just don't have like the thought partner that I would necessarily desire because sometimes I'm just the only Black person in the room and everybody's on board and everybody's like excited and helpful, but like the nuanced Black cultural je ne sais quoi I'm supposed to be bringing, it all falls on me sometimes, which is, it can be a little daunting.
Right. And then you don't have someone to like bounce ideas off of or like to push you. So how do you, let me say this a different way. For me, I know that when I'm like creating, because I do a lot of stuff alone, I have to figure out ways to like challenge myself and like push myself. Like I might have an idea, but it's not fully there. How are you kind of like being your own creative partner?
I mean, I have the forever running list, like the note on my phone that just has all of the wildest ideas, the simplest ideas. And when it feels too vacuumy, that's when I talk to you or I talk to Reggie or like, and I'm like, I like, please, I don't know like where to take this. And just watching the stuff that just like sparks the awe in me, which like is forever Homecoming, Beyonce's Homecoming. I watch that when I'm just like, oh, I can do anything. This very crazy niche specific performance, Brandy's 2016 performance of Begging and Pleading at the Black Girl Rocks show. And I watch that all the time. Like, this was a perfect thing. So I just do stuff like that. And Audre Lorde's essay, Transformation of Silence into Language and Action. I always am like, how can I turn this into action? How? Don't be afraid. Just do it. Take it half baked. So those are kind of my go-tos when I need to try and figure out a way, like push through the loneliness.
Right. Wow. That's like an incredible trio of references for yourself. I really like that. Do you have a favorite moment in Homecoming?
Honestly, I watch that intro like it's a devotional. That was such a crucial cinematic moment. And the turn and everybody spins out and the like it was perfect. And I always think of Remember the Titans when we're like, none of us are individually perfect, but we right now are a perfect team because our record is perfect. And I was like, obviously Beyonce's not perfect, but this was perfect. Like this was perfect. And I actually, a large part of me is always chasing perfect artistic moments. Like I'm always like, I want to deliver those in my lifetime.
Okay. But can I say something about Beyonce, a person that I love?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite moment in Homecoming is when she almost falls with Solange. It's the moment of not perfect because, and I feel very strongly about this. What made Michael Jackson so great and so perfect in my mind as a performer, not as a person, I understand, but as a performer, was that every time he stepped on the stage to perform his different songs that everyone knew every word and every nuance to, he did something different. He didn't always do it perfect exactly the same. And Beyonce is perfect exactly the same every time. Every riff is the same, every hand clap, every giggle, everything. And so the moment where she's about to fall with Solange, to me, it's thrilling. Like I literally watch it and I'm like, and then I'm like, she left it in. She chose to leave it in. Someone knew that was like her most human moment. So for me, that's the moment of Homecoming that I love the most, which is basically the opposite of what you're saying. And I appreciate the entire perfection of the whole thing. Like I get it. I love it as a dancer, as an actress, as a live performer. Like I appreciate her dedication, her drive, you know, her attention to detail, all of that. But for me, it's the Michael Jackson of it, which is like you have all of that and then you play. Then you find like the play in the thing every time.
And I honestly like, we don't have to go on a tangent, but I do think that is the difference between performers and musicians. Like, I love Anderson .Paak's Tiny Desk concert, and I love that, like, I'm not completely sure if he had a set list picked out when he got up on that stage to record because he's a musician. So it was a very human performance versus like when I watched Jadina's, there was like choreography and everyone knew the transitions to the next song. And because I'm not a musician, I just lean to performance, like just lean on the over preparation and know every single moment that's happening. That's the theater in me.
Yeah. Yeah. But see, I just feel like the best performances are the ones where it's totally planned out and then the artist gets to like do their thing.
You're
there's
right.
Like the riffing within the work versus like there's also the other version where someone's like super sloppy and they're not prepared. And I despise that.
Yeah.
But like when I think of like actors, like I don't like Jennifer Lawrence because I think she's too refined.
Yeah.
She's trying too hard. She's showing me her work. I want an actor who's like totally prepared, knows all their lines, gets to set, does the whole thing, and then you can tell they're like fucking with the other actors, right? Like you can tell that they're having a good time.
Yeah.
Whereas Jennifer Lawrence like wants credit for being there. She's like, I did it. I practiced. I studied. Like, I'm an actor.
I get you. Yeah. Did you watch the book club episode of Passing with Netflix? Because they said Ruth Negga.
I did not watch it yet.
Ruth Negga was huge into like, I'm doing something different. Tessa, you ready? Let's go. Like, so I feel that. That's crazy.
Well, and because she comes from theater.
Yeah. I love that.
I'm gonna watch it before. So for people who are at home listening to this, we're doing passing at the end of the month for book club, and so I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna reread the book, I think, one more time just because I had so many feelings and thoughts about it. But Ruth Negga is playing Lady Macbeth on Broadway opposite
right now?
Daniel Craig soon. I want to say previews start maybe in February or March with an opening in April, I believe. I'm like considering going to New York just to see it because
Me
it's
too
one of my favorite
now.
plays. Yeah. Maybe we need to go to New York.
Maybe we need to go. Oh my God. That's dope. That's amazing.
Yeah. But I believe that about Ruth Negga because she has that theater background, especially because she has a history in classical theater. I feel like that's like a really common thing in classical theater is like classically trained actors are super prepared, married to the text, but then also have to find a way to like make it feel fresh and interesting. And I think that's why I'm drawn to that sort of performance style, which is, none of this has anything to do with books, but it has to do with my heart. And there we are.
Yeah, period. Because your heart matters.
I matter. Okay, it's my show. So fuck you if you're annoyed.
Period. I love it.
Okay, let's go back to you a little bit more about your reading life. You read widely. You don't read specifically only Black authors. So I'm curious about this job that you took on where it's like, okay, we're going to uplift specifically and only Black authors. Has that changed the way that you read? Has that brought you a different appreciation for Black authors who are not Black? Like, what has that done to you as a reader thinker?
Well, one, it's really limited my time to be able to read other stuff. Like I really wanted to read The Hobbit this year. Okay. And I just didn't have time because I had to read books by Black authors. And so that, like, it's a part that I mourn, but the part that I've discovered that I'm slow to the game on is that the canon is like damn near being written right now. Mm-hmm. And to be here while that's happening and to like have a little voice in it all is so humbling. Like I can't, like when I put down the prophets, I was like, damn, this is canon. And it came out this year. That's crazy. Like I don't even, how the word is passed is going to live forever. And it came out this year. Like, so that has been, I really truly believe that we're in some type of renaissance right now, which thrills the fuck out of me. I'm like, I really get to be here and do this. I came just in time because I have come to terms with like, yes, I work hard as fuck. I took a lot of chances. I was very strategic, but I'm also just lucky too. And look, this is amazing,
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely agree that we're in some sort of moment that maybe started a little bit ago, but is really like, I think like Jesmyn Ward sort of maybe is like the beginning
like
of
2005
this moment. Maybe like Sing Unburied Sing. No, maybe like I was thinking more like 2010-ish.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I mean, there are people who have been doing the work previous, but I'm thinking about like, what are the more recent books that I feel like are, instant classics. I don't know, but like, I obviously like a book like Heavy, which everyone knows I love, like that book's going to be here forever.
Forever.
But I also think about like Long Division, like that was 2013, I think. And so I wonder if that's sort of like the beginning, because I think Robert will say this, like people who are writing these books now were reading obviously our previous canons, but the contemporary canon, like those books have impact on them. So yeah, I definitely think that we're in a really cool moment.
And that added with the influencers, like, so like the canon being written real time along with this, as Kiese has said, like this dedicated body of people who are going to take the work and review it and spend time with it and celebrate it. This is crazy. This is really cool.
Yeah, it's super cool to get to be part of it too. Like, I don't know, I think about my kids and I'm like, I'm going to get to be like, do you know who mommy knows? Mommy knows Jason Reynolds.
I know.
Like it's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing.
So
like
much.
it's just, as a person who loved books and like thought authors were cool forever, like it's crazy to get to know them, not know them, but like to get to interact with them and engage with them and like
Yeah.
learn from them in real time. Like I'm so excited about that.
It's really a privilege. And yeah, and like you said, because I said my whole spiel from first grade and then I fell in love, and then I moved on to Beverly Cleary. I'm a traditionalist all the way with children's books. Like I didn't
Got it.
really read there. I went to a white school, so I didn't there just wasn't a lot of access, but I loved Beverly Cleary so much that I even read her autobiography in second grade. So like I've always connected with the way authors operate. And then, like, my first experience with libraries, I realized that I'm a person who is constantly feeling overstimulated by sensory. And, like, when I
Mm.
walked into the library and learned that it was like preferred and required that everyone was quiet, and you're just around all of these ideas, I was like, this is how heaven is it gonna look? Like, it
Yeah.
was so. I love book. I
A
love the whole
quiet place to
culture.
read.
Right. The heaven is just going to be a quiet place to read with room service for
Mm.
food. That's it.
And lots of tea, lots of varietals
Oh
of
my
tea for
gosh.
me.
And really beautiful cups. I'm all about the
Yes.
aesthetic. Like I need
I
different
love a
like
cup.
teacups and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's going to
Mhm.
be perfect.
I can't wait to get there. Hopefully I don't fuck myself over and I end up in hell with just loud people, horrible books, and like solo cups.
Right,
A
because
nightmare.
if hell is the hell that we think it is, it's not going to actually be fun. It's literally going to just be white men. And I can't. That's
Yeah.
not going to, I'm going to be like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that you were a traditionalist, like with Kidlit, like growing up because of where you were and everything. I feel that way about a lot of the books that I love. Not so much children's books, but like I love a lot of books by white men because
Yeah.
I really like investigative journalism. And like one of the things that's been interesting about this show and reading kind of in a public way is like I get super embarrassed about that. Like I
Yeah.
feel like it makes me like less black or something, which I know is not true,
Yeah.
but I do feel that way.
Yeah.
And so I always have to really balance what I like to read with what I think I should be reading with what I want to be reading, because like the books I always want to talk about are not the books written by white men.
Yeah.
You know, and like
Yeah.
that's why this show doesn't have that many white men on the show, because I'm just not interested in talking to those authors or talking about those books.
Yeah.
But I still read them,
Yeah.
you know, and like it's such an interesting thing, which is sort of why I was asking you what it's like how it's changed your reading to be reading exclusively Black authors for work.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, I track every single book that I've read since 2016.
Yeah.
And to see the way that, you know, the percentages of like ethnicity has changed over the last 5 years is like really it's a weird thing to see.
Yeah.
I didn't know a lot of these books existed, and a lot of them didn't exist.
Right. And like, so that's my thing, because I always think about Jason
Mhm.
Reynolds' quote about like he
Mhm.
writes for Black children. He writes to Black children, but he writes for everybody. And I was thinking like, damn, I really love Ramona in the past.
Right.
But I was like, Jason didn't exist when I was in second grade. So I mean, I really just had Beverly Cleary, who was an excellent children's writer as well. Like, we're not like, she just is white. So
Yeah.
it does. I feel you. It gets tricky. And like my entry point for poetry was Mary Oliver. I love Mary Oliver because, you know, I just want to be outside all the time. And I just it is, I always just don't want it to feel like a performance.
Mhm.
And then, you know, we always carry the extra hassle of like white in book influencers just to get to be book influencers, but we always have to get pigeonholed into this like Black. And then it's the extra juxtaposition because my energy source does come from Audre Lorde and Toni Morrison and Alice Walker and Zora Neale Hurston. Like, I love them. I pray at their altars, but I also really love Beverly Cleary. Like, I really do. So, and she was like, she informed my formative years. So I don't know. I just wish I wish everyone would just be okay with making space for that. Like, why does it? Because I feel you, the guilt is real. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, I feel like when there are people who are like, I only read Black authors, I'm like, oh, I'm a horrible person. Like, I really do feel bad about myself.
Yeah, I really like, and as like some books that like hills that I will die on, then you really are missing Ursula K. Le Guin. Like, she was a baddie. So just don't do that. Just don't read sucky books. Read good ones, regardless of where they come from.
Right. And I think so much about, like, for me, again, like nonfiction and these like investigative journalism books, you know, part of the problem is like, who are journalists? They're usually white people.
Yeah.
And like, that can't be fixed. But it's like, then I don't get to read Blood in the Water, which is like one of my all-time favorite books. And it's about Black and brown men and it's written by a white woman. But like, I just don't get to read that book.
Exactly.
And I don't want to live in a world where I didn't get to read that book twice now because of
identity
incredible.
Politics. Exactly. The identity politics that is thrust upon us because we're full people despite our Blackness. And because of that, we get permission. We have permission. We should give ourselves permission to read everything because our Blackness isn't defined by literally anything. We're just Black regardless.
We're Black always Black. Boom. Plug it. Follow the Instagram. Okay, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be right back. Valentine's Day is upon us and I've got love on the brain. Love for books. Duh, of course. Hello. Did you forget what podcast you're listening to? I love bringing you all great reads, exclusive author interviews, and behind the scenes book gossip. But I can only do that with your support over on Patreon and Substack. Our Stacks Patreon community, also known as the Stacks Pack, is where you can go for book club meetups, a private, very active Discord, and a year-long mega reading challenge to help you achieve all your reading goals. Plus, you also get that monthly bonus episode. Now, over on the Substack, you can subscribe to my newsletter, Unstacked, where I keep the book conversations going. I also give you a healthy dose of sports and pop culture, definitely some hot takes happening over there. And again, that bonus episode. If you don't have a few dollars to spare, don't worry. There are free options on the Substack and the Patreon to get you a little extra Stacks magic. Making this podcast is a total team effort, and by supporting my Patreon and my Substack, you allow me to support my amazing team that makes the show possible every single week. So if you or your friends are looking to meet other book lovers and support this indie podcast, come hang out with me on Patreon, Substack, or both. I would love to have you. And since we're talking about love, you can gift subscriptions to the Patreon and the Substack for that special reader in your life. For the Stacks Pack, head to patreon.com/thestacks. And for the newsletter, head to traceythomas.substack.com. And also, there are links to both in the show notes. Okay, see you in the Stacks. Okay, we're back from our break. I didn't prep you for this, but this is our Ask the Stacks segment where someone has written in asking for a book recommendation. I'm going to read you their letter. I'm going to give them 3 recommendations, and then you can give them 1, 2, 3, whatever you want. Okay, this is from Sheila. Sheila says, I'm looking for a book in the speculative fiction genre or something that has elements of magical realism, something that feels escapist with a story that I can lose myself in, but that doesn't shy away from difficult topics. My favorite book is Never Let Me Go, and I've also really enjoyed Stories of Your Life and Others, The Removed, and Legendborn. Okay, so I'll give Sheila some recommendations while you think. Okay, I already mentioned this one, but my first one is Long Division by Kiese Lehman. It's sort of speculative-y, fiction-y time travel. It's about young people. It's fun. It's actually like kind of a joyful read. And I was super intimidated to read it because I think Kiese is so smart and great. And I thought it was going to be like too smart and great for me. But it was like super approachable and lovely. And I had such a fun time.
Yeah.
So that's one. 2 is a classic. It's Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. Time travel, speculative fiction. Also, I actually think these 2 books are super in conversation with each other, Long Division and Kindred. And then my last one is not escapist necessarily, but it is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. It's a little heavy for the times because it's about a pandemic. I read it in 2018 before. And so when the pandemic started, I was extra scared because I was like, oh, I know how this goes. We're all dead. And a few of us are reciting Shakespeare on a RV pulled by horses. But like, so it's a lot. It's heavy. I don't know if you can read it right now if you're a person that like can't handle what's going on with COVID and Omicron and all of that. But it is a beautiful book. It's also now an HBO series. I'm watching it. I'm on episode 4. I think there's going to be 10. It's super different than the book
I
though.
really need to get into Station 11, it sounds like.
It's so good. It's so beautiful.
I'm going to do that. Okay. My suggestions are Wild Seed by Octavia Butler. The topics are heavy, but I feel like it happened so long ago. Like the setting is so long ago that you can kind of remove yourself because she doesn't like stay there all the time. We're moving all the time. Demigods, shapeshifters. It's fun. And then the second one is Ursula K. Le Guin's The Word for World is Forest. It's short. It takes place on a different planet with some like beings that really give raccoon to me. Like, I don't understand. I like every time I think about them, I think they're raccoons. But like beautiful social commentary on racial constructs and elitism and classism, and you will finish that in a day.
Okay. I've never read any Ursula K. Le Guin.
Dispossessed is like one of my 3 favorite books of all time. It's brilliant.
Okay, well that's a perfect place to start. 2 books you love, 1 book you hate.
Okay. So The Bluest Eye is the reason that I am on Bookstagram, and because I love it so much. And The Dispossessed is another book that shaped, like, is the last book I read before I graduated college, and it just kind of informed the way that I was going to move about the world. And I'm so anti-confrontation right now. Like, the book that I hate is like a recent book, so I don't want to say it because
well,
I literally talk to. I can't. A book that I hate though. You know what? I actually had a really hard time with Octavia Butler's Exogenesis series. I got through like the first book, half of the second one, and I don't get it.
Okay. I've never read it.
Lilith's brood, and like they're on a ship and then people having sex with the aliens. And I'm like, what is going on? Like I don't get it.
Okay. What's the last great book you read?
Definitely The Prophets.
Okay. I haven't read it. Cree, I cannot read it. I'm paralyzed by fear because I just know it's going to be too heavy for me. And I got it in 2020. They sent it to me early. And I have been saying that I would read it since then. And I was like, I'm going to finish this book before the year ends. I have to. And I cannot pick it up. I cannot.
Tracy, I was like, I'm walking through the house crying. And Ethan is like, oh, you're reading The Prophets. I was like, yeah, like while I'm doing the dishes. And then like I'm sitting on the couch and Brian comes home from work and I just go off on a tangent about because Robert never gives you a break. Like Beloved, it took place after they were on the plantation. So we have to go back sometimes, but then at least you get to like go to present day where it's not happening. And like the water dancer, we were on that plantation in Virginia, but everybody loved the protagonist because he was gifted, and we only had that one scene we had to get through. But Robert never takes you off the plantation. You're there every day for everything. It's too much.
I just have to read it. It's one of the few books that I want to read so badly and cannot do it. And I don't shy away.
I know.
For some, I just really want to like it, and I just don't feel like I'm in a place where I can like it. And so I'm just waiting until I feel like I'm ready for you. I might have to like be on a vacation or something away from my children. Like, yeah, I don't know that I can handle it.
It's heavy.
Because I also don't read a ton of books about slavery.
It's too much. It's too much.
I'm not curious about fictitious versions of slavery.
I mean, that's honestly, I've only read the first chapter of How the Word is Passed, and we did all that deep dive into Monticello and George Washington. Thomas Jefferson, same difference. And I was like, after I finished that, I was like, I didn't really need to know the details of like, he owned people and was rich and was a white man. Like I'm good. I don't need to know there was 600 people. I didn't need to know. I don't care. So I feel you. Like I didn't need context.
That's interesting. See, I'm the opposite. I'm super curious about slavery in nonfiction, but in
Mhm.
fiction, I'm just like, I don't need your fictionalized imagination of this horrible thing because I already know these horrible things. And like, I don't want you to make it more horrible because I know you're gonna, because you chose to write a book about slavery. So you're going to make me feel horrible, even though I already know it's horrible. I'm like, I feel the same way about fiction about like the Holocaust. It's a no for me. I'm not interested.
I didn't even know
like
that was a whole genre.
The tattooist of Auschwitz or whatever. You know, I'm not, it couldn't be me. Not gonna do it.
I defend fiction around slavery from a Black perspective just because we have so few of those.
Sure.
But again, it's literally like every 2 years. Yeah. So I just read The Prophets, so I'm good until 2024.
Well, so there's a book coming out in 2022 called Yonder by Jabari Asim that's being compared to The Prophet meets The Water Dancer. And Disha Philia told me to read it because she said it's great and the author's great. And so now I'm like, is this going to be my next slavery book that I'm too scared to read? And I put off for like 5 years. Well, I'll let you know. I think I'm going to try.
I'm going to tell him right now, I'm sure it's beautiful and you will hear from me in 2025.
Okay, you just push it back an extra year.
You'll hear from me in 2030.
First, you were like, I need 2 years. And then you were like, you'll hear from me in 2024. And I was like, well, that's a little extra. And then you were like, 2025. And now I'm feeling like this Jabari Asim is not going to hear from you. I have a feeling.
Sorry, Jabari. But I'm rooting for everybody Black, period. So you got this.
Yeah. I'll let you know if it's a little shorter than The Prophets, which is also giving me hope for myself.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you reading right now? And do you read multiple books at once?
I do read multiple books at once. I am reading How the Word is Passed, and there is this copy of shorts by Tolstoy at my local library that Milwaukee Public Library, if you're listening to this, whenever you decide to sell this book because it is falling apart, call me first because I deserve the copy of the book. Because I've checked it out so many times. I love Leo Tolstoy so much. And I haven't read any of his novels. I just keep rereading these 4, what are they called? They're 100-page. No, it's like in Russian, it's like a povest, maybe.
Oh.
Like it's a long, short story.
Got it.
And given like the life that he lived, he has excellent commentary on family dynamics and relationships and everything. I love it.
Well, we read Anna Karenina on this podcast, and I never have to read another one of his things ever again, to be honest.
You don't. You just have to get through one of them. And I don't know why I keep shying away from one. Well, because they're 3,000 pages. And I should have read Anna Karenina with y'all. I regret it. I tried
to get you to, but the episode is there for you whenever you finish. Okay. How do you, a person who works in publishing, is on Bookstagram, is an avid reader, reads a ton, how do you decide how to pick your next book?
I mean, I'm an emotional reader, and actually, thanks to Always Black, I don't really have to keep track of anything because people are constantly pitching me books to read. So I give everybody the good 50, and then if I like it, I keep going, and if I don't, I don't. So that's really what's been driving my reading decisions since June.
50 pages, 50%.
50 pages. If I don't love it within 50 pages, then I'm not going to keep reading it.
And you don't have a problem putting things down.
Oh no. I mean, if somebody I love gives me somebody I trust gives me a recommendation, then I'll keep pushing through because like The Dispossessed starts off really slow, but it's worth it. But if no one has suggested it to me and it's just getting pitched to me, then I won't keep going.
Okay. Oh wait, I forgot to ask you this. What are some books you're looking forward to, especially at the top of this year? What are some things you're excited about?
So I've heard really good things about Cherish Farah. So I'm really excited to read that. And then there's a book coming out, and it's sci-fi called Glory by a Black woman, I think, a Black author. So I'm super excited for that. I just saw that Brandon Taylor finished the rewrite of his second novel, I Am Holding My Breath. I hope it comes out next year. I don't know. I
think it'll be 2023.
Well, I hope he gives us some shorts in the meantime or something. I don't know. And then, I fangirl over Ta-Nehisi and he like deleted his Instagram account. So I hope that means something's coming.
Oh, good. Me too. I love him. He's
Yeah.
from my original dream list of this show. He's one of the few people left who's not an Obama or Oprah on that list. So,
but damn near at this point, like he damn near is.
He is.
Obama
I mean, he's
and
close.
Oprah.
I'm fully prepared for him and his people to tell me no, but I'm gonna call everyone I know who's ever met him and beg until he gets here. So whenever you're ready, no rush. I'm not gonna push it until whatever is next comes out, but then I'm gonna be aggressively obnoxious.
On it. Period.
Yeah.
You'll get them.
True. Are there any things you wish were different about your reading life?
I mean, I don't know if this is directly answers the question, but honestly, the 2-year-old, it's just so hard to like read with a 2-year-old around. And like, I know it's my job and I love reading and I want to do it, but then I also just kind of want to be fully present to hang out with Nat. And I'm always like half thinking about what I should be doing when I'm doing the other thing.
Yeah.
So it'll be easier once he's a little older, I think, for me to just, and like in school.
Yeah, I can relate. The 2-year-old problem is a problem.
A problem.
Yeah, they're super annoying too. It's like, do you not see that I'm trying to read this? Why are you sitting on me and trying to rip the pages out?
Sitting on me, or like whispering in my ear. Like now I'm not responding. So now you're, Mama, egg, peace. No. So yeah, I get it.
My kids are not really talking yet that much. So I just get like screaming and like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what? Get away. And throwing. They throw things. I'm like, can you fucking not? They're psychotic. Anyways.
Yeah, the throwing's real.
Throwing. What? It's a rock. You're throwing it at me?
It's endless.
Yeah. No.
Yep.
No, you're not.
Or at somebody's car on the street. That has happened. He's just thrown a rock at somebody's car. I just
yeah. I feel like the thing I wish was different about my reading life was that I made better choices 2 years ago. Just kidding. My mom listens to the show and she's gonna be like, I can't believe you said that about your children. Sorry, Mom.
They know I love them. We love them. They're just a lot.
They're just annoying. Okay. Do you have any favorite bookstores?
No. I'm a library bitch. Like, I love the library. All the libraries. I went, like, when I go to my grandma's house in Kosciuszko, I always go to the Kosciuszko Public Library. Our library in Milwaukee, our library system is wonderful. And our central library is grand and marble, and I love it.
What's the last book that made you laugh?
Black Buck by Matteo Ascaripour. I listened to the audio.
The audio's so good.
When Jason was getting interviewed by that woman on the corner, and I don't give a beep, I was crying laughing in the Gap because I was Christmas shopping.
That's a really good audiobook. One of my favorites of the year. What's the last book that made you cry?
Profits.
Of course. What's the last book that made you angry?
I mean, Profits and Black Book both made me mad for different reasons. Okay. So both of those. And How the Word is Passed has not made me mad yet, but I still have to get to the chapter about Angola. So I'll be mad soon.
I think that's your next chapter.
Great. Can't wait.
Yeah. And the chapter on the Whitney plantation is going to make you mad. And the chapter on Blandford Cemetery is going to make you mad. And the chapter on like every chapter is like kind of just like, okay, fuck you. Great. What's a book where you felt like you learned a lot?
Minor Feelings by Kathy Park Hong and Undocumented Americans, which again speaks to like boxing yourself into this tired identity politic to read. You're also like denying yourself other BIPOC folks. So like just read everything. But I learned so much reading those two books.
Yeah. And with Undocumented Americans, the play on form, the way she kind of played around with the form was super cool. I love that.
It was brilliant.
What's a book that brings you joy?
Any and Everything by Toni Morrison. I feel seen in ways that I don't even understand yet. Like, and it just feels, I have so much joy feeling that because I have felt so invisible, like
Mm.
the way that I would actually want to be seen for so long. So that, I mean, Tony, I think saved my life in some ways with that.
Mm. And your favorite of hers is The Bluest Eye?
So far, yeah. Like 3 people told me to read Paradise this
Okay.
year. So that's just got to be my next read. But I've read Bluest Eye, Beloved, Tar Baby, Jazz, and Songs of Solomon.
Okay. Are there any books you feel proud about having read?
Honestly, my flex right now feels very Ursula K. Le Guin. Like
Okay.
it shocks me that like people don't necessarily know who she was or like how brilliant she was. And the fact that I have read a few Morrisons, a few Walkers, a few Hurstons, a few Butlers, it makes me feel well read. Like I feel like I can walk into any room
Yeah.
and I haven't read like I've never been able to get through a Faulkner short, but like I feel like it's flexy enough. It's the as far as white men go, it's the Russians. I've read Tolstoy, I've read Vladimir, Nabokov. Oh, just those 2. But that's enough.
It's plenty Russian for me. What about any books that you are embarrassed that you've still not read?
Yeah, I mean, I just haven't read enough Baldwin.
Got it.
Like
Me too.
it's really shameful.
I struggle with Baldwin. I got to be honest. I feel like Morrison, I'm intimidated by both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Morrison, every time I pick one up, is actually incredibly more readable than I think it's going to be. And every time I pick
Mm-hmm.
up Baldwin, especially the nonfiction, it's incredibly more difficult to read than I think it is. Like it takes a lot
Yeah.
more of my brain power. Where
Yeah. And like the quiet room.
Yes.
Like you can't have anything happening.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't have that option.
Yeah, I really struggle. So I just sort of have stopped attempting. The fiction is more readable for me, but the nonfiction of his is a lot. It's like really complicated, which really is saying more about me and not anything about him. It's just that like I don't have the brain space right now to do it.
It's really I blame it on the timing in our lives. Like I really do. If that's it. We'll do it.
Yeah. Eventually. Yeah, I'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any favorite books that are problematic favorites of yours?
Not yet. I mean, because most of my favorite books are written by Black women and we are just we're perfect. So like, I don't know. I don't know if we would do anything problematic. So I do not have all of my other art forms. I have tons of problematic faves, but with literature, I don't. That's fun. I didn't think about that.
You.
Thank you.
Good for you. Congratulations. You're alone on an island because I have 1,000 problematic faves. Is there any book that you think people might be surprised to know that you love?
I really am like, no, because they kind of know. Like I ride for Mary Oliver and I ride for Ursula K. Le Guin, and anyone who knows me like anyway past like any like 2 levels in knows that I don't like ride one ship really hard.
Got it.
Is there a stupid book that I love? Oh, I mean, I love The Coldest Winter Ever. Is that a surprise? I read that at 14 and like
no, I feel like everyone talks about that's a book people say is their problematic fave sometimes though.
Yeah, I just remembered that. And she has this other book that I just read, Sister Soldier, in 8th grade, and it was No Disrespect. And each chapter was named after a man that she like was messing with or like whatever. And I loved that shit. I wonder how much that informed my life because I should not have been reading that.
Everyone says they read it when they were young and they shouldn't have been reading it. I never read it.
Oh my gosh.
But I also was like really at like a young age fucking with like hardcore nonfiction history shit. Like weird, just like always have like this shit. Like always super into it. Yeah, just like that's what I was reading. Just adult books.
Tracy, I was reading The Bell Jar and Coldest Winter Ever. Like that was, I was that girl.
I read some like kids stuff too, like, and I read stuff for school, but like, I read like, I read Ragtime by E.L. Doctorow as like a child, which is fiction, but like is very historical. I don't know.
I've always been more curious about nonfiction. And so I just didn't ever go off on any of that like secretly sexy shit, which probably explains a lot about me.
That is so, yeah, I was just building worlds together. Like I'm emo like Sylvia, but I'm also a black girl. So I'll get it crunk. I'm both of these at the same time. Don't ask questions.
Okay, I'm very curious about this. And you can't say yourself, even though I don't know that you would want to. But who would you want to write the book of your life?
Oh, no, I would not want me to write that.
Well, some people want to write their memoir. I don't know.
Ew, no. I want to be a fictionalized character because I have been treating my life for the past 6 months like a performance. So I'm just performing different characters. I don't even know who I actually am at this point. I'm just all of these things put together. So my instinct is Brandon Taylor. I need him to explode those cringy moments with my mother-in-law. Chris, you can keep that in. And I and I just need someone who's going to nail it. So like my life is satirical. Like in so many levels, it's satirical, and I need someone who can write the interworkings of the dynamic beautifully.
Got it. Okay, 2 more. One is, if you were going to teach high school, what's a book you would assign?
I can't do this because remember you saw that I was dogging Grapes of Wrath, and Ta-Nehisi was like, this is a great book. Kids shouldn't get books assigned, and like novels aren't meant to be read in high school. And I was like, maybe you're right, because I didn't really finish it. So in my high school English class, we wouldn't be reading anything. It'd be a free read. Read what you want.
Wow.
Montessori.
That's right. You do homeschooling, so you're into that whole shit. This tracks.
Right. I'm not having these kids read my book and then say they don't get it. I'm going to get mad.
Well, that's when you're supposed to teach.
No. They're like, oh my God, Blue's Dye is so dumb. That's when I get kicked out of school because I cussed out a kid.
That's fair.
You're dumb. And your mom, probably.
Yeah, you and your dumbass mom. I know your dumb mom wrote this paper for you and it's bad and you're dumb.
It's terrible. Oh my God. Yeah. So I don't need that job.
Okay, here's the last one. I stole it from the New York Times. If you could require the current president of the United States to read one book, what would it be?
Something about how to keep your fucking word. Like, I don't know. Like, what's a book about integrity and like
The 4 Agreements. A book we did on this very here podcast.
And the other one, the Alchemist.
The Alchemist?
Yeah, he needs some of that. Yeah, that should. Yes. Because I don't know what to do with it.
I love it. Mm-mm. I love it. You're the first person to ever suggest The Alchemist to the president, which I love. A book I despise, though. I hate. That's a book I hate.
Not your eyebrows. It was oh my gosh, it's a book. Wait, that book is trash. Don't get it. I loved that book.
It's true. I hate it.
I loved it.
Oh my God, no.
What?
That's the shit people were reading when I was like in high school and in college and being like, oh, this is so profound. And I was like, this is why I'm reading about like Hitler, because like I'm not interested in this bullshit. And like I'm actually just really curious about how the world actually works and not like someone walking across a desert like trying to find their purpose or whatever. I'm like, that is an episode of Sesame Street. This is like not important to me.
It is. Okay, but in my defense, I read it while I was at my terrible first job surrounded by white people.
No, it's fair.
So
you're
I was
allowed
just
to love it.
For like self.
Other people are allowed to love it.
But still.
I just was like, wait, this is what all of you people are super.
I don't want people in college reading like new release bestsellers. That's when they're supposed to be reading backlists. So I would be offended.
Yeah. Well, I read Gone with the Wind at that age, a book, my problematic fave.
What? Why did you read Gone with the Wind?
I love that movie so much and I'd never read the book and the book is fucking phenomenal. I will fight anyone on, well, I mean, look, I will not actually fight anyone on it because I know that I'm wrong and it's horrible and problematic or whatever, but it's one of the greatest books of all time. And I'm happy to have that conversation with anyone, anytime.
Now I want to read it.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Have you read Uncle Tom's Cabin?
So yes, okay, that's a book I read at a very young age.
Okay.
Because I was in a production of The King and I, and at the end of The King and I, the dance with the children.
Yes.
I was one of those dancing children. And so I read the book and I didn't really understand it, but I read it when I was like 11.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was boring.
Yes.
And I never went back. I haven't really read it as an adult. But again, you were reading Coldest Winter Ever and I was reading Uncle Tom's Cabin. Like I'm built different, you guys.
I was also reading Bell Jar. I had a balance.
That's right. You had range. No, I know. But people are always like, "Oh, you didn't read this children's book?" I'm like, "No, I didn't," because I didn't
read Uncle Tom's Cabin. I know some people are reading it right now and like picked it for their child to read, and I'm just wondering, like, is there anything in it worth pulling out? Like you just said, Gone with the Wind. So I'm like, okay, I'd give it a chance. Ta-Nehisi loved Grapes of Wrath. I'm like, oh, I should go reread that. So I'm wondering, because Uncle Tom's Cabin is just racism. So am I going to harm myself reading it?
I don't think you need to read it. I don't know. I'm sure there are people who are smarter than me that say that you need to read it, but I just don't. I think there are people who do need to read it for the scholarship and the work that they do, but I don't know that you need to read it just to like know it. I would say no.
That's how I feel, especially without a balance. Like if you're going to read that, also read like Kindred. But no.
Yeah. I don't know that Gone with the Wind says anything new or is important either, but it's a book that I love because I love the movie and I love the story. And it's a hell of a book. I mean, it's a real fucking page turner.
Okay.
But
and the
again,
story.
I also understand that it's like slavery propaganda. Yeah, the story, the characters. Oh my God. Scarlett O'Hara, good luck. Who's who my life is modeled after? Scarlett O'Hara.
A hunter, a gatherer of men.
Damn it! Oh, I forgot about the hunter. That has to live forever.
Yeah, well, now everyone knows my secret that I'm a psychotic, competitive human who, if you ever see me out on a run, just know I'm coming for that ass.
So, I am also a psychotic, competitive human. I get it.
Yeah, that's why we like each other, because we're both like, we don't have to apologize for being psychotic, competitive humans.
This is the truth. Oh, I love it.
This is it. All right, everybody. This is Cree. We're out of here. We are going to be back on January 26th to discuss Passing by Nella Larsen.
Ooh.
It is a fantastic book.
We are both going to have watched the movie by then also.
Yep.
So if you want to know a little bit more, have a little more context, you should just watch the movie too. I haven't seen it. I can't say that it's great, but I've heard that Ruth Negga is giving a performance of a lifetime.
Period.
So I'm super excited. The book is also short, everyone. I gave you a short book for the start of the year so you could get on the bandwagon. Cree, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Tracy. This was a pleasure.
Yay. And everyone else, we will see you in the stacks.
Bye.
All right, that does it for us today. Thank you all so much for listening, and thank you to Cree for being my guest. Remember, Cree will be back on January 6th for the Stacks Book Club discussion of Passing by Nella Larsen. If you love the show and want inside access to it, head to patreon.com/thestacks to join the Stacks Pack. Make sure you're subscribed to the Stacks wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you're listening through Apple Podcasts, be sure to leave a rating and a review. For more from the Stacks, follow us on social media at The Stacks Pod on Instagram and at The Stacks Pod _ on Twitter. And check out the website, thestackspodcast.com. Our editor is Christian Duenas, our graphic designer is Robin McCrite, and our theme music is from Tagiragis. The Stacks is created and produced by me, Tracy Thomas.